idiot! You didn't hear my knocking? Now, what is this stupid thing? Oh, it's a monster picker. Huh. Interesting. But get the hell out of here! You gonna stand here and watch me? Get out of here! Alright, let's see what I got here. Oh my god. Oh. Keanu Reeves and Bill Cosby. Oh god, no. Oh, come on! What? What's this? Hey! Hey! I got Last House on the left! Hey! Last House on the left!
All right, we are back with another movie review. Today we are reviewing this film right here. Last House on the Left. Last House on the Left. The thing I like about this one, it kind of reminds me of my wife's face on our honeymoon. You know? Last House on the Left is a 1972 horror exploitation film directed by the late, great Wes Craven, who also did Nightmare on Elm Street.
Yeah. Hills Have Eyes, Swamp Thing.
Yeah, and Scream.
Yeah.
All classics. In it, he tells the story of two teenage girls getting ready to go to a rock concert, score weed, and eventually are kidnapped and brutalized by a gang of psychopathic convicts. Aww. It's kind of like one of those teenage girl pool party home videos at John Podesta's house. Come on, man.
It stars Sandra Peabody as Sandra Castle, Lucy Grantham as Philip Stone, and the late great David Hess as Krug Stillo, leader of the vicious gang. Hess has also appeared in The Swamp Thing, Armed and Dangerous, House on the Edge of the Park, and had spots on the TV shows The A-Team, Knight Rider, Manimal, which I loved, and was the lead singer of the great chart-topping, head-banging 80s heavy metal band Quiet Riot.
Oh, I remember that.
Yeah.
It had some big songs like
That was
Bang
it.
Your Head and...
Absolutely. Hey, wait a minute there. I think I hear Harambe with the mailbag. We've been getting a lot of fans writing into us and want to hear.
Wow,
They want to know more about us. And just pull out.
What did we get?
Let's go ahead and pull out our first question here. Oh, this question is from Elizabeth in Ohio. She wants to ask, hey monster pickers, who would you rather pork? Lemmy from Motorhead or Boba Fett?
Oh man, that's a tough one.
That is a tough one.
God.
That is really a tough one.
God, Ace of Spades.
I think about this all the time.
Love You Like a Reptile. Gosh. And Boba Fett. You know, I've actually thought about this before.
I know.
Elizabeth,
I have an answer for it. I have an answer. I already know my answer.
I think I'm going to go with Boba Fett.
I'm also a Boba Fett guy myself, yeah.
But I'm going to go with like the Attack of the Clones Boba Fett. You know, he had like that nice tan olive complexion.
Yeah.
And that soft, round, supple bottom.
Well, I'm going to have to agree because, you know, you run into some kind of situation and I bet you he's got something for it on his in his little tool bag there.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Yeah.
With that big red rocket, too.
Yeah.
Like an Ace Frehley rocket ride. Good question, Elizabeth. What else do we have in here? Let me see. Oh, thank you. We got a VHS copy of The Devil and Miss Jones. This is the special collector's edition. This stars Harry Reams and Georgina Spelman. Thank you, Elizabeth.
Yeah.
You rock.
Yeah, very thoughtful of you guys. We appreciate it.
Going back to Last House on the Left, it also stars Wes Craven's son. He's in the film.
Yeah.
He's the little kid who has his balloon popped by David Hess, Krug, in the film.
Yeah. This movie predated the modern slasher trend by 2 years. Black Christmas and the Texas Chainsaw Massacre, which are both considered the first prototype modern American slashers, came out in 1974, while this movie actually came out in 1972.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's My math's not good. I mean, I went to school in South Florida, but that's 2 years before, right?
Yeah. I mean, this is a great foundational movie, you know.
Absolutely. You know, Siskel and Ebert disagreed on this film. Ebert thought it was a terrible, and Gene gave it thumbs up, stating, quote, "I really enjoyed seeing those young girls get naked, raped, and tortured." Oh, wait. Monster Picker wrote that. Oh, Monster Picker. How could you? Gosh.
Yeah, stuff in here. The movie cost $87,000 to make and has made around 3.1 million smackaroos since then. Not bad for a little snuff film. I wonder if Nightmare on Elm Street ever topped that.
Yeah, I don't know. You think Nightmare on Elm Street made more than Last House on the Left? Maybe.
I wonder.
Okay. What did we like about the film? This was a nasty little movie. Definitely a pioneering picture. Very ballsy and brave of Wes Craven to make his first feature a horror snuff film, I think. And I enjoyed it. David Hess does an excellent job playing the demented and despicable Krug. The girls look good and the pacing was good.
Yeah. I love the movie too. 1972. You saw all the wood paneling, and like I said before, I love the nostalgia of certain things, and this movie does a great job of going back to that, the rustic feel, and his, they kind of did a almost stream of thought. I know that it was written, but it was written very intense. He almost wrote it like a porno, I think, and they scaled it back, and then were very loose and went with the flow of the filming of it. So, it has a cool feel like this.
Are you kidding me? This movie is great! Teenage girls, naked, peeing in pants, sweet loving, blood and guts. I love it! Ripping their pants! You know what? This movie really moves my Swamp Thing. Woo! Now how about that Krug? What a romantic! He should replace Dr. Drew and have his own Love Line show. My only complaint is there should have been more sex, violence, blood and guts, human degradation. Show me some more teenage titties! Come on, Wes. Don't be scared. Give us some more bush, bloody breasts, human degradation, and show some teenage titties. Come on, do it!
Wow. Who can argue with the monsters? Very good criticism, analysis.
They're very passionate. That's why we give them their time.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
You know, this movie does have a reputation of being some kind of masterpiece. I disagree.
I disagree with this as well.
You know, keep in mind it is 50 years old. Gotta keep that in mind. It's good. It's a groundbreaking film. It's worth watching, but it's just a cult classic. I wouldn't say it's a masterpiece. Definitely not as good as Nightmare on Elm Street or The Exorcist or Scream or Texas Chainsaw Massacre. Those are masterpieces. This isn't there, but it's a very good film.
Corn Pop was a bad dude.
Yeah, I agree with a lot of things here. The cult classic, since it's kind of pioneering and new, they're gonna try things. I think that didn't work.
Yeah.
I'm not being negative. They did some things that didn't work, but then they've also done some things that became staples in horror movies throughout time after it.
Sure.
It's interesting that to me, it's interesting that they almost kind of used a real free flow style with it, even though I know they had a script. I know they couldn't pull permits and stuff like this, said they were getting kicked out of areas because they really wanted as natural a feel. So, to know the whole trajectory of Wes Craven's success, this is very interesting to catch up with as a first effort. And to take a look at his filmography after, it makes you really reconsider this movie because it's a great foundational movie, you know, and gave way to a lot of other slasher films. And the revenge film and the exploitation film, it was great in a lot of these ways. And I think
David Hess is great in this film.
David Hess is amazing in this film, and really everybody was. And because it seems like they were all kind of doing something new in this kind of new freestyle, kind of way that they were working. So.
Yeah, initially they were going to make this a porno.
Yeah, yeah,
And then they decided they weren't going to do that, but the film still got an X rating.
yeah.
And they would cut things out and give it to the motion picture industry, and they still give it an X rating. And so finally, the back and forth, he just reinserted all the graphic scenes, and they give it the R rating. This is a really there's some realism in this film, and it's really a nasty little film.
Oh yeah, oh yeah. They actually, I think the Monsters mentioned they made the girl actually piss her pants. So
It's horrible.
everybody out there filling up your spank bank, go on over to that little scene and go ahead and check it out, because apparently that's a real one.
Girls were really scared in the making of this film.
Well, also I read at the same time David Hess went for kind of the like the De Niro kind of living inside the role. What do they call this again?
The method actors?
Yeah, he method acted it. So he was even like trying to terrorize
Sure.
the people on the set and the crew and all this.
I was afraid he was going to jump out of the screen and rape me.
Well, watching this movie, it really put me in the mood to do a home invasion ourselves. Maybe we'll head out and do a home invasion, and we'll do an extra bonus for the end of this.
Before I forget, we have to mention this. David Hess did the soundtrack.
How can we forget?
I can't believe we forgot that.
David Hess did the sound, which was amazing to us because we didn't realize it at first. I think.
Yeah, we didn't.
Right.
And I'd seen this film before, and I forgot all about that. I didn't even know he did the soundtrack.
Right,
So-
method actor,
Yeah.
soundtrack, fucking terrorized all these women. But he, also at the same time, the scenes were so real. The girls complained years on that he was too rough with them, and that they were actually kind of scared. Besides the actual him, method acting and being rough, they would say when the scenes got rolling,
Yeah.
they got rolling.
He's like a pretty scary guy.
And Wes
Intimidating.
Craven was kind of doing the same kind of thing as Stanley Kubrick was doing with Shelley Duvall in The Shining, where he was telling her, he was, kind of soothing her and, trying to get the performance out of her, Some people say also Kubrick was trying to terrorize Shelley Duvall a little bit and get it out of her. But Wes Craven, I guess, had to calm the girls down, and just be like, let's just get the work done, and I understand you're scared.
Meanwhile, behind the scenes, he's slipping, David Hess like $20 bill. Hey, scare the shit out of that.
Yeah. There's a scene, this is a revenge flick, where when the parents realize, not too many spoilers, but when they realize that some foulness has been afoot, they decide they're going to get revenge. And the mother seduces the one who is a sexual predator. She goes ahead and she bites his manhood off. Is that...
I forgot. Man, what a powerful scene! Forgot to mention. I can't believe that. That's such a powerful scene.
I think all men would like to forget that as soon as they see it.
my
Who wouldn't like
gosh.
to ruminate upon this?
Oh,
But yeah, once again, what a powerful scene in a movie from 1972.
yeah,
Right.
absolutely.
Right up there with the wood paneling, man. It was his first film to really give way to all the success that we've known throughout the years. One little thing in there. The Swamp Thing series by Alan Moore. Everybody should read that.
If you haven't seen the film, see the film too. That's a very good film.
Yeah, the film is amazing. That's one of those ones I've seen so many times. I could just close my eyes and watch.
But see the R-rated version. You get to see Adrienne Barbeau.
Adrienne Barbeau.
You get to see her without a shirt, without a top on.
I could watch that movie in slow motion. Actually,
Oh my gosh, she
Yeah.
was such a hottie.
Yeah.
Such a hottie.
Unbelievable.
Another really interesting thing about this we didn't mention was the chainsaw kill. This is 2 years before Texas Chainsaw Massacre. Did Toby Hooper, whatever his name is, did he see this and think, you know what? That's a good idea for a film.
Who was killing people with chainsaws at this
Yeah.
time? It also kind of brings up too. In 1972, this came out. It was a forerunner of I'm sure there have been slasher films before, but also too, America had been dealing with the wave of serial killers before that in the late 60s and 70s. So. Interesting too that these films, the
Violent times, absolutely.
yeah, and it gives way to art mirroring life. We really see some extremism and horror really start to go in a certain direction.
1972, the Vietnam War is going on. The images are coming back. We had the 1965 Immigration Act. So on a 1 to 5 scale, what would you give it?
I'm at a 3.
You know what? That's exactly what I was thinking. This is a solid 3.
Yeah.
Definitely worth watching. We recommend watching it, at least one time before you croak. Yeah. And that's pretty much it. Let us know what you think about the film in the comments area. And thanks for watching. And don't forget to click like and subscribe. And stay safe, you monsters, you.
Are you